everybody, and welcome to www.sporthotpicks.com. I'm your host, Tommy School. Hopefully, y'all had a great weekend as we did. We were super pumped about getting our picks out this past weekend, as overall, those picks really killed it. But before we get into all that, let's kind of go over some of the major sports and where they're at right now and where the trends are heading and all that fun sort of thing. In the NBA, the favorites are still going on well there, and as that season comes to a wind down, we're starting to see a lot more teams that are tanking it or giving guys rest for the playoffs and that sort of stuff, making it a little bit more difficult to make those picks. However, we did really well in them over the course of the weekend, and we got a couple of those NBA picks coming out for you today as well. The favorites are at 50.84%. And the over-unders, the overs are winning at 50.71%. Remember, we gave you this stat before. If it's 229 and a half or less, they're hitting at 59.5%. If it's 235 or higher, the under is hitting at 59.1%. So definitely good ways to look at that. Next thing we got here is the NHL. The favorites are really starting to take over here as some teams have really started to utilize that taxi squad as the favorites, as they have done all year long at 51.22%. And the unders are still dominating, not really dominating, they're at 50.89%. That first period under, which is very similar to your first half of a football game, they're at 51.9%. And finally, Major League Baseball, the favorites are still doing the job at 52.99%, and the unders are at 51.78%. So after going through all that, remember, you can get every single one of our picks at www.sporthotpicks.com for $9.99. And currently, for the month of May alone, so that's 9 days through May, we've had 39 wins, 24 losses, for a winning percentage of 61.90%. And if you're wagering your units, you're going to be up 7.83 units. So let's talk about the units and how that works. So when you're laying the big or you're laying the juice, you don't get a full unit back when you win it, unless you're on the positive side of things. For instance, if you had, let's say, a Major League Baseball team, let's say you had the Yankees and they were plus 110, right? And they win and you bet $100, you get paid back 110. But also that unit is worth 1.1 on the plus side of the units. However, if the flip side of that is you have the Yankees and they're minus 110 and they win, you only get 0.9%, and on a $100 bet, you're only getting $90 back. So that's how the juice works on unit measurement. So if you could be up a unit a day, so meaning you're winning your unit bet. So if your unit bet is 100, if it's 10, if it's 85, whatever that 1 to 5% that we talked about is all about, then you are going to be extremely profitable. Now, to be profitable, you have to be at 52.3%. And as I just got done saying, for this month, May alone, we're at 61.9%. And overall, even after last month, we were at 58.8. In the first month, we were, not the first month, March, we were at 61.11%. So overall, we're at 60.19%. So we're 319 wins, 211 losses, and over a total number of 530 picks. So where that 530 picks is important is that if you, over the course of 3 months, have been paying $9.99, you would have invested a total of $29.97. With that 530 picks, you're paying 6 cents a pick. You have a lot of these guys out there that are selling their day picks for $9.99. And they're hitting at the same rate that our professional team with over 7 years of experience has been hitting at. You know, we've gone out there, we've done our due diligence and have been very successful over our time frame. And again, so far in this month alone, we're at 61.91%. So on the 7th, we went a total of 5-3 at 62.5%. and we came out on the front end of the Heat -6. We won the Lorenzo Ball under 28.5. We won the White Sox -1.5, which that was one of those plus bets where we got the extra big on our side of things, so we cashed that out at a plus 114. The Twins on the money line, we got that. Red Wings +1.5, we got that. And then the losers that we had was Terry Rozier at 30.5. He ended up, and that's rebounds, points, and assists. He ended up with 32, so we just missed that one. The Capitals money line, they got blown out. That wasn't good. And the Magic Hornets under 216, we missed that one on the 7th. On the 8th, and again, what we are doing is 1 hour after the game starts, we are putting our paid picks out on our social media outlets. So follow us on Twitter at Sport Hot Picks and on our Facebook page at Define 9 Picks. And you could see those picks go up there and see how it matches up. But if you are a paid patron, you get those way ahead of time. We actually have those on the site right now. So go to www.sporthotpicks.com. So to wrap up on yesterday, let's go over the 8th first. We went 5-1 for a total of 6 picks at 83.33%. We won the 76ers -9.5, the Grizzlies -6, Dodgers -1.5. That gave us a plus 120, so that's awesome. Braves on the money line, they won. And the Red Wings, again, plus 1.5, they won. The only one we lost was the Flyers and Canadians over 6.5. We missed that one. And then yesterday, Mother's Day, hopefully everybody had a great Mother's Day. We went 5-3 on the day there for a 62.5%. Our winners were the Timberwolves -7.5, Timberwolves Magic under 231, Blackhawks again plus 1.5. They've been covering for us really well lately. Blue Jays Astros over 8. That went over real early. And the Mavericks -10.5. They covered that easily. And the ones we missed on, Hornets -3.5. That was kind of a shocker to us as well as everybody else. Senators plus 1.5. They got blown out again. And then the Dodgers -1.5 against the Angels. The Angels finally decided to show up for the weekend. All right, so for today, what we got is we've got 2 NHL on the paid side. We have 2 in the NBA on the paid side. And then we also have 1 in Major League Baseball on our paid side. And then we tried something new. We really didn't like how the bullpens came out at the end of, are looking to come out on the end. So we made a first 5-inning wager, which was really, really exciting. That's on our paid pick side of our paid amount on www.sporthotpicks.com. And finally, the last one for the day is our free pick of the day. And today we're going to be in the NBA where we're taking the Trailblazers and the Rockets under 238. Trailblazers, Rockets under 238. Thank you for tuning in. I am Tommy with www.sporthotpicks.com. We're placing those wagers and cash and major. We'll see you again tomorrow.